Hello, listeners and viewers. Welcome back to the YouTuber Spotlight podcast. Yes, it has been 2 years. Yes, I know. I ran out of guests, you see. And I'm not kidding about that. I ran out of people to interview, so I had to put it on indefinite hiatus. But it's okay. We've got another guest today. I'm talking to Wardfire, the Swedish connoisseur of point-and-click adventure games. How are you doing, Wardfire?
Well, I've never been introduced like that before.
I thought you enjoy that.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, I'll probably be a bit rusty about this, and I haven't written any questions down, so as per usual, this is the podcast where I talk to various people about their YouTube channels, their life about making videos on the internet, and their experiences about like doing all sorts of things on the internet and all that good stuff. So, if you'd like to introduce yourself, Wardfire, what is your channel all about, apart from the clue I just gave to the viewers just there?
Well, the main focus on my channel is and has always been hidden object games, or hidden object puzzle adventures, as they are called nowadays, and sort of casual games overall with more, well, I guess more standard adventure games into the mix, and like anything I feel like recording.
So it's a bit of a mix of everything, really, but like
Yeah.
point and click and the adventure genre is your main focus.
Yeah.
When did you start actually making videos on YouTube? Was that the first thing you started doing, or did you do other things prior to making point and click adventure game videos?
No, I started with Hoppa games, because I guess I just found them, and I just wanted to try recording a game, basically, and that was sort of what I had, like small easy games that I already knew how to play, and because it looked like fun to do it, so I tried, and well, I put them up, but I was like, okay, no one's gonna watch it because I'm just doing it for myself for fun, but eventually it turns out that people are watching.
So when did you actually start recording videos? Was it like early in the YouTube days, or was it fairly recently?
No, it was December 2012.
Fairly recent then, actually.
Yeah.
Compared to me, I started back in 2007. I didn't used to always do moving to video games. I used to do all sorts of like stupid videos with my friends and stuff like that. They're terrible, and none of them are on YouTube, by the way. So you can't watch them. They are dreadful. I still have them on my hard drive, but I just don't. I can't bear to look at them. They're just so cringeworthy and awful. And yeah, I think I only started going into like video games like quite recently, actually, probably about like 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, I used to do console games, but the challenge was trying to figure out, actually, as you say, had to try and record the things. I used to use a DVD recorder. So, like, how long have you been using Bandicam? Is that the best software you recommend to use, or is that after a many long line of different bits of software that you use to record things?
I have not tried everything. I haven't tried Fraps, for example. I know a lot of people use it, but like from what I've heard, Fraps gives you big files.
Yes, it does. Really, really big files.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's uncompressed or something like that, but like it gives you ridiculously huge files. They do work really well, but like, you've got to have a massive hard drive for it to work. So probably most people tend to use other things these days, like DX Story. I haven't used that myself. I'm currently experimenting with Shadow Player. That's a pretty good one, because that's using the GeForce graphics card that I have. But it varies, to be honest, because people ask me all the time like what software to use and stuff. But like, just experiment, really. That's the best thing I can say to people, really, because every computer's different, and it depends what you actually want to record. Like, if you want to record a console, probably go for something. Something that can capture HDMI. That's always a good one to go for, like an Elgato. I've heard that's a pretty good one. Or with PC, it's a bit easier because it's software based, not hardware based.
Yep.
So you just have to experiment, really. Just trial different things and see how you get on, really. But as I say, your editing software, it can vary. It's like some editing software don't like certain bits of video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What editing software do you use on your computer?
I don't edit my videos.
You don't edit them at all?
No. Very, very seldom. If I do, I've tried using fancy editing software that I have, but then the audio disappears completely. The only thing that works for me is Windows Movie Maker, because then the audio stays.
I used to use that years ago.
Or using YouTube, like uploading them to YouTube and then editing them in YouTube.
So you basically do it all in one take, and if you do it wrong, you just do it again. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, if I do it wrong, then sucks to be me, because everyone's gonna see my failure on YouTube.
So you just don't cut it out. You just leave it in. Is that how you? Well,
yep.
Well, I couldn't do that, to be honest. I couldn't do that. Well, not intentionally anyway. People see my failures, but like, not because I forgot to cut them out or something like that. Well, that's interesting. Like most people tend to just use. Well, if you're on Mac, most people use Final Cut Pro, I believe, and Windows Movie Maker. Wow, I used to use that years and years ago with the blue background and white text. Wow, wow, man, oh. I used to use that all the time because that was the only thing I used to knew how to use. I think everybody cut their teeth. Most people anyway, like started back in the day, cut their teeth with Windows Movie Maker. Then I moved on to personally, I use Magic's Video Edit Pro, and then I moved on to Video Pro X5. That's the one I'm using at the moment. It's basically like it's got most of the features of Movie Maker, but it's a bit more advanced. You've got like more tracks and stuff to play with, so you can actually do more fancy editing. I still haven't figured out everything. I'm still trying to figure out how to do decent green screen and stuff, but mainly it's to do with the lighting, and like there's no light over here in England, so so it's quite difficult to do green screen quite easily. You have to like bring in like really powerful lights from other countries and stuff to get it to work, so that's why I don't tend to use it. I haven't done green screen for good 3 or 4 years now, I think, and for good reason if you're watching my old videos. But anyway, it's pretty. Video editing is quite good fun, actually. But yes. So you started making videos as a hobby. Like, when did you start? When did people start actually taking notice of videos? And when did you start to? Should I say? When did you start to like make not just videos for yourself but for other people? Was it quite early on, or?
I think it was fairly early on, because I sort of accidentally chose fairly good games to start with, within like within the Hoppa genre, like people who were interested in those games. My first games were one of them I think was from a series called Dark Parables, which is a pretty big and popular series within the genre, and I think that caught some like few people's attention. So I don't remember exactly, but it felt like it was fairly early that like 1 or 2 people found it,
okay.
And watched.
Was it mainly did you like was it mainly just people from other countries, or was it people from like your native country, Sweden?
Oh no, I am completely floored every time I realize someone from Sweden is watching my videos. It's definitely majority from the US.
I think that's the same for most people, I think, actually, regardless of where you make videos from, I think.
True. But it's more and more Europeans overall.
Is it predominantly because is it mainly due to because you mainly play European-based games, or is it mainly just because how the website is, really? I'm not sure on that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not sure. I don't know if the specific genre of games is interesting for.
Honestly, that's the thing. Actually, I can't remember whether I asked Adventure Game Fan 8 about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because she plays loads and loads of games. Like her demographic is pretty much the same as well. Most people from Europe and America tend to watch that kind of content. I don't know whether it's because the games themselves mainly predominantly cater to the English market. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely be because, partly because the games are in English. I mean, I only speak English in my videos. So
English is your second language, or is it your third language?
I I mean, I would say it's like my 1.5 language, but yeah, second language.
Second language. You're speaking it just fine.
Well, I learned it when I was 2, so.
I'm mainly half English. I struggle with English myself, and I speak it as my native tongue. So, but I don't know. It's
you get a British accent, so you're fine.
It's. I get a lot from a lot of people like Americans and European, like people from Europe and stuff. Say, I love your accent and stuff like that. But it's not the best British accent. It's not fantastic. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's not that great. I think it's like everybody, especially from America, I suppose. I think everybody thinks we in England live in a castle and have like really posh accents and have top hats and things like that.
And there's also only one accent in the entirety of the UK. It's not like several accents.
Yes, it's exactly. It's always like from really posh upper class from London.
Yeah.
Fast and all that stuff. I can't do it. I'm terrible with accents. This is a Midlands accent. It's not it's like from Birmingham. it's British with a whingy tinge to it. So when I'm complaining, you definitely know about it. It gives the game away where I'm from. But yes. I don't know. Demographics is an interesting thing. It's just. Did you always used to start using English, like making videos, or did you start doing Swedish stuff to begin with? Or?
No. Before I like put anything up, I try to be like, okay, I want to be like planned about this, not just well, I mean, not like I planned it for a year, but for a couple of days. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it all in English because I like English, and like I wanna think of like a cool. Or a name that I like, and not just something that I thought up in 5 minutes, like something I thought about, and like.
So where does Wardfire come from? It sounds like a fantasy. Like a ward is like a spell, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So is it like your fantasy sort of game? And you've taken that from?
Well, it's not from a game. It's from. Well, I used to write, or I still like writing, but I used to write a lot before, or like think up. So it's from one of my original characters.
Oh, right, okay. Like for a particular game, or just like a character you created in like your writing?
No, yeah, from my writing. And then
okay.
I've used that name a lot in I used to be a big MMO RPG player. So my main characters were always Wardfire.
Oh, right, okay. What any particular MMO? Like World of Warcraft, that sort of thing?
No, I was not allowed to play World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
But I used to play basically to level 30, and then I couldn't solo everything, so I got bored and changed MMO.
Right, okay.
But I used to play a lot of one called Dragonica, which doesn't exist anymore.
That's ringing a bell, actually.
Yeah, I still have it installed on the icon on my computer, but when I try to log in,
it's just basically dead files.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't exist anymore. They've taken it down, but
okay.
I played the Star Wars MMO.
Which one?
There's
because there's an awful of the Star Wars. There's an awful lot of
but not
games in that kind of... Was it is it the new one you're talking about?
The Old Republic.
The Old Republic. Yeah. MMOs frighten me because they're built in such a way. Like, they dangle the carrot in front of you, like, oh, if I get to level 10, there's, like, a cool weapon I can get.
Yeah.
Oh, once I get that cool weapon, there's another quest I can do. Or once that quest is done. Like, it's like they're built in such a way that they make you keep playing, and, like, I don't think I'll be able to stop myself from playing. That's why I'm frightened to try things like World of Warcraft and Old Republic and things like that. I tend to stay away from it because they're quite addictive. But, like, once I play a game, I tend to play it for several hours straight and not stop. And, I should have had lunch about 6 hours ago, and that sort of thing. But they terrify me, those things. So when you made the decision to like make most of your videos in English, was it because like you wanted to try and like appeal to like a larger demographic, or was it because like most people don't choose not to speak Swedish in videos, or what was the main reason for that? The main reason was that I like English and I wanted to use it. Right, okay. I don't like English. It's pretty, but I'm from there, so it's familiarity breeds contempt, that sort of thing.
No,
It's interesting.
I like that. I want to use it more, because I mean,
was it be like to try and converse with English, like people from like Europe and England and America more, or is it just a hobby sort of thing?
I guess I just like the language. I don't know why. It's like I just like speaking it, but it's not like I feel stupid though if I start speaking English to Swedes, because it's like we both know Swedish. Why are you speaking English? Are you stupid? I mean, and but speaking used to be my worst part of English. Like I mean, living in Sweden, English is everywhere on TV, everything. I mean, American stuff is everywhere, and we love UK series on TV and stuff. So I mean,
okay. Oh, that's interesting.
You hear English. You get to hear English and read English a lot. I've always preferred English books over Swedish translations.
Right. Okay.
And but speaking was definitely my worst. So in my older videos, I feel like my vocabulary is very limited because my brain isn't fast enough when I'm speaking.
Learning a new language is. I've heard English is supposed to be one of the hardest to learn because it's not like other languages where like it's like predetermined set of rules, if that makes sense. It's mainly English is not really English. It's like it's a bit of French, it's a bit of German, it's a bit of Latin, it's a bit of everything. It's got, and like the rules with verbs and things always change and stuff. It's pretty. That's what I've heard from different people.
Yeah.
That's it. That's interesting. Look, what sort of shows do you like watching from England then? Like
well,
a lot of BBC stuff.
Yes, BBC stuff. We do get BBC lifestyle on our TV at home. Right now, I like watching like Escape to the Country, like when they're looking at English cottages in the English countryside.
Like the sweeping landscapes and green hills and sheep and cows and
everyone's like, we want beams, we want exposed beams, and I'm like, the exposed beams are hideous. Stop.
Oh, that's wonderful. So just to relate this to another podcast I did like a month, over a year ago now. I was talking to Adventure Game Fan 8, one of your friends on the YouTubes. She basically was talking to me about like how she used point and click games to basically learn how to pick up English. Like, was that the same scenario with you? Like, did the games help you learn how to like speak English a little better, or did you decide to pick up English before you decided to play the games?
Well, I lived in Australia between I was 2 and 4 years old.
Oh, okay. That's
so
cool.
That's when I started learning like English, reading, speaking, whatever. And I've always been like, the walking English dictionary in my class until like 9th grade or something.
Okay.
But so I guess most English I've learned from like fantasy novels and like, I don't know, reading Jane Austen. Like, I think I'm better at 19th century English than like modern English. But
okay. Start from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely learned like more everyday words, like cooking tools and stuff, from playing hidden object scenes.
Oh, okay. That's interesting because like I was watching through your Let's Plays with going through the Blackwell Let's Plays. If people haven't seen them, they're brilliant, they're fantastic, because basically it's really fascinating to me because like how both you would look reading through the sentences and talking to the characters and like, what's that word mean, and like that's really interesting to me. I've never quite seen a Let's Play done like that before, because like still you're basically trying to grasp what the characters, the meaning behind what they're trying to say and stuff. That's really interesting to me. Are you still what are you on now? Blackwell 4 or 5? I need to catch up.
We have recorded Blackwell 4, and it's on Adventure Game Fan 8's channel.
Yep.
And then at some point when we have time, we're gonna record number 5.
Try to do number 5. I don't know. I think I'm starting to watch. Like, I think about like episode 2 or 3 of Blackwell number 3 or 4 or something like that. I think it is. But I don't know whether I actually want to play the games myself. That's the trouble. Is like if I'm watching the Let's Plays, I know all the puzzles now because like I know what to do now because of what you two play in the games. That's the downside. But even though they're really good fun to watch you guys play them, they're fantastic. So when did you start doing collaborations with the YouTubers? Was she one of the first ones to do a video with, or do you tend to do videos mainly predominantly on your own?
Mostly I do on my own, but I have done a lot of co-op recording with your Gibbs, another YouTuber. We started fairly early on, as well.
Adventure games and stuff like that, or different genres?
We have done, well, we've done Hoppa games, so like adventure, and we recorded Resident Evil 5 and 6.
It's a good game if you play it with friends.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Playing it like co-op, and yeah, we haven't done it in a long time because we're both really busy. So. But,
that's the downside, isn't
yeah.
it? You got to try and sync up with each other's schedules, and if one's got work commitments, like a Let's Play can like be delayed several days.
Yeah, and we have a much bigger time difference than me and Adventure Game Infinite. So.
I'm trying to think now. Where she's
1 hour.
How far ahead is she in time ahead? Like Adventure Game, I'm trying to figure out. Like I'm basically in the middle, so that's GMT or BMT, which is 0, and then you're an hour ahead of me in Sweden, and then she's
1 hour ahead of me.
So basically she's 2 hours ahead of me and 1 hour. And what about your Gibbs? Is it?
He's in Canada, so he's 6 hours
so he's about 5 or 6 or something, isn't he? So yeah, that make it quite difficult. So like basically, if it's 9 o'clock in the morning over there, it'll be 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you.
Yes.
So it's
half a day's difference.
That's quite tricky. Yeah, that's the thing. Make it like they're good fun to make, but they're really difficult to sometimes to like get them out on time and stuff like that.
Yep.
Encoding takes ages. Then you got to take ages to upload it. Like the Theme Hospital Let's Play I'm currently doing, man, that's taking ages.
Yeah.
Because of the way that Camtasia records the footage. The footage is enormous, like uncompressed AVI. So, but I don't want to like lose any of the quality of the footage because it's not quite 720p. So I don't want to compress it.
Yeah.
So I have to export it as a big AVI, and like each finished episode is like 7 or 8 gigabytes a piece. So,
oh my god.
So that's the downside of recording old games.
Yeah.
So do you use what was the program again? Sorry.
Bandicam.
Do you use Bandicam for everything, or?
Yeah.
Does that even work with older games like Theme Hospital and stuff like that?
Well, I force all my games into window mode.
Oh, right, okay.
And Bandicam has either that it hooks up directly into the game, or that you can just record a portion of your screen. So if you play everything windowed, then you can just record that window portion of the screen, so it works for everything.
Yeah, that's good. It's the tricky part is it's not so much the recording. Recording it's fairly easy now. Like I either use for older games I use Camtasia, and for the newer ones I use either Fraps or Shadowplay, or that which is like on the GeForce graphics card. It comes with it. The tricky part is trying to get old games to run. Like most. It's interesting because like DOS games like from the 80s and like early to mid 90s, you can play them really easily with like things like DOSBox and things. But the tricky one tends to be games like from the late 90s. I don't know whether you've noticed that, like stuff that was made like for Windows 98 and 2000, that sort of era, that just doesn't play on stuff like Windows 7 and stuff. Like I'm thankful stuff like Grim Fandango got re-released, and because like you could not play that without some fancy external software to get that running. So I'm glad things like that do get re-released from time to time, and they're currently doing Day of the Tentacle, which is awesome. They're redoing that as well. But do you ever have trouble trying to get software to run, or do you have like fancy technical abilities to get them running? Because any tips you can give me would be fantastic. Because it tends to be the late 90s games I struggle with. I don't know whether there's any workarounds for that sort of thing.
I probably haven't played that many like older games like that. I do have games that crash here and there, but I guess. No, I don't really have anything specifically. Just try to Google, see if anyone else has been through it.
Yeah, quite a lot of people I think tend to struggle with that sort of that sort of era. It's like I think mainly a lot of games made in that time period, like made with like really terrible drivers that don't work on anything. Like not like old graphics cards like with really strange, like software things that just don't work anymore. So it can be pretty tricky. Like with Grim Fandango, I think you can use... Well, you don't need to now because the new one's out, but if you wanted to run the old version, the original, you had to use something like Residual VM, I think it was called. And for the rest of the Scum engine games, you can use Scum VM, which is a fantastic bit of software. Like if you want to play like the LucasArts adventure games, so that's a really good bit of software. Fantastic, that is. As long as you've got like the floppy disk or like the disk itself or the software, you can still run the games as they were natively, and it's fantastic. You can run it in full screen and everything. And DOSBox is a good one. A lot of games, that really old games, come with DOSBox on Steam. If you might have noticed, like they come with DOSBox pre-installed already. So like a lot of like Tomb Raider, for example, I think that uses DOSBox as a front end to get it running. It's not perfect, but at least it works to a degree. But it doesn't recognise like modern controllers and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. But there you go. There's probably workarounds. But yeah, it's really good fun trying to when you try and get a bit of software to work. It's like, yes, I've figured out. It's like a puzzle you've solved. Like, yes. I'm just worried about upgrading to Windows 10. It might break everything. So I'm sticking with 7 because that's still got another 5 years of updates yet. So I'm going to leave it as it is because it works. And probably have a separate hard drive maybe for 10 when I absolutely have to. But then again, I'll probably want to upgrade anyway. All my bits and pieces. What sort of hardware are you running, by the way? Are you decent PC rig, or is it just like a more modest setup have you got running over there?
Well, I play all the games on my stationary computer, which my dad put together, so I'm not sure, but it's pretty good. Like I can play all games so far that I've ever seen.
So he built it himself, did he? Like, or did you buy it off the shelf?
Yeah, it's like different bits and pieces, and it's also like changed them over the years. Like I have a pretty new graphics card. New bigger hard drives.
Because a lot of people, like a lot of people like want to get into PC games. It just depends what sort of games you want to play, really.
Yes.
So if you want something like, if you want to play something like, I don't know, one of the new Tomb Raider games, you want a decent rig with the main component is like the graphics card, I think, mainly, because that does the heavy lifting. But like with stuff with point and click stuff, you can run those on integrated graphics most of the time. That comes with the comes on the processor. It's pretty crazy. Like we take all this stuff for granted now in computing, like PC gaming now. Back like in the late 2000s, where you had to upgrade your machine every like 6 months because like the graphics card kept like needing updating and stuff. You don't have to do that anymore because like with integrated graphics and like machines are like gotten to a point where like they're getting ridiculously powerful even at the low end. You don't really need to. You don't have to splash out masses and masses amounts of money. You can do, but you don't have to. You have to have a decent, get yourself a decent PC. Just get yourself a decent entry-level gaming card, and that'll play most games at high settings comfortably and about 8 gigs of RAM maybe. You don't have to have 16 like I have, but that's probably a bit overkill. But then again, I use it for everything. Like if you want to start doing like video editing and stuff like that, you're gonna start thinking about maybe you want like something that can deal with like heavy, like the big heavy video files on your hard drive and stuff. So what files do you predominantly use, like AVIs and stuff like that? Any particular format do you use?
Well, Bandicam gives me AVI, so.
Yeah, that tends to be quite a common one.
YouTube takes basically everything. I mean, YouTube even takes files which, like, if a game crashes, then, like, I still get the file, but I can't watch it in anything. Like, maybe VLC, but basically I can't watch it in anything, or it's, like, weird. But YouTube will just happily take that and make it a perfectly working file.
VLCs are fantastic. The traffic cone, I love that program. It's brilliant. Plays everything.
Yes.
It does on PC anyway, and you don't have to worry about it, to be honest. Like it's the main thing you got to worry about is, I think, does it look good, and like have you give it a decent bit rate? Like for example, you can't do a 1080p video and like do like 2K kilobytes a second, it will look like the Lego dimension, basically. So
Yeah.
it'd be useless. So it's a lot of experimentation, and like over the years, like you come across all sorts of problems. Like in my early videos, like I used to record like with an old Sony Handycam, brilliant little bit of kit, but I didn't know how to rip off DVDs correctly at the time. So some of my old videos, like, were interlaced. You know what I mean? Like when it was interlaced and looks all horrible and like all jagged and disgusting, so you can't really see what's going on. It was. It's like a learning process when you first go onto YouTube. Like, a lot of your early videos are probably going to be terrible. I can attest to that. Mine are all dreadful. But then, when I started doing when I got myself a decent PC, I started taking it a bit more seriously and started writing scripts and stuff. Do you write script? Do you ever write scripts for any of your videos, or do you just do it on the fly?
Yeah, no. I try to play most games blind, and. Yeah, it turns out as it turns out.
I still can't believe you don't actually do any editing. You're just like, okay, that's it is, job done. Move on to something else. I suppose that's a good.
Yeah, I have videos where I managed to accidentally. There's no sound because I missed that. I didn't realize that the cursor isn't showing.
Man. I think. What's the most common problem you come across when recording a video?
That the sound is weird.
Just the sound.
Audio levels. That the game is either super loud or I'm super loud, or games that don't have separate voice volume.
Yes.
And then the voices are so low that you can't hear them, but all the other sounds are ridiculously loud, and it's like the voiceovers are the interesting part. The sound effects are like I don't want to. What? No.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, this is my pet peeve when games don't have separate voice volume controls. And please.
Oh yes. You're a PC gamer, then like, oh no, sliders.
Yeah, actually, it started to annoy me like when I play games on or overall, I've started going to the settings before I play games because I record now.
Yes.
I always go into the settings. If I play for myself also, I always go into the graphic settings. I'm like, okay, my PC can handle this. High. Why is not everything on the highest? I want to crash my computer with like the best graphics come on. And then I'll always go and like take down sounds and drag voice volume up a bit because voice volume is always too low. Yes.
Like I've come across all of those problems. Yes, it's, as I say, it's when you're first recording something, when you're still learning YouTube for the first time, there's so much stuff to learn. What settings do I record at? What do I export at? Like, am my voice too high? Is my voice too low? Is my game volume good enough? Why is it not? Why is it dropping frames? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It can be the variety of things, and like the only thing I can suggest to people is just experiment. Providing your machine is like decent enough to play the game at a good frame rate, then you should be okay to record it. Okay.
Yeah, and some recording softwares have well, in the settings they have like YouTube 720p settings, and then it will give you
predetermined setting. Yeah,
you can start with and then tweak from there.
Yes. It's I'm trying to think now. Like I tend to record most of my games at 720. I think mainly for performance reasons. Even though my machine can actually do 1080p now, I think mainly because if you run it in windowed mode, you've got like you can tweak the volume and stuff out the window and stuff like on the fly. So if there's a problem, you can most of the time correct it while you're recording. But like if you're not in windowed mode, it might cause a few problems. Like I find one of my annoying things is when playing games is like when someone tries to call me on Skype, I'm playing like something like Resident Evil 4 in full screen.
Yeah.
And you try and press it won't let you go back to Windows. You have to like Control-Alt-Delete, then go to Windows, and then like when you try and boot up the game again, it crashes because it can't deal with it properly, which is really annoying.
Yes.
That should be a standard in all games.
I think you could go
like
and look at
Alt
things.
Tab. Like if you try and Alt Tab.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 does it as well. That's really annoying. You can't Alt Tab out of that game without it crashing. It's a pain in the arse. But there you go.
Yeah, no, I hate that too.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's just more of a headache, really.
Yeah.
So you come across those problems all the time when you try and record things on the interwebs and stuff.
Yeah.
when you're trying to export it and stuff, and all sorts of hazards. And that's even before you even like the hazards of actually being on YouTube itself and stuff like that. So the hazards of actually operating a channel. So how's your channel been? Like, have you had any gripes to deal with on like YouTube itself, or you've had a generally pleasant experience?
Not really. I've had a very pleasant experience overall. I'm kind of waiting for. I mean, there are annoying things like when YouTube changes things and you have to like relearn stuff. And stuff, but overall I'm still kind of waiting for the really big like horrible thing to come, sort of.
Good lord. It's the things I can tell about YouTube, because like I've been on the internet for since 2007, a long time. That's when I started uploading videos and stuff. Like you see, like, yeah, YouTube layout changes are one thing. Like the one thing they hidden the inbox, where like the message inbox.
Yeah,
they hidden it away.
Yeah, but they don't
That's
really
annoying.
use it the same way.
Which is really.
But yes,
I used to use it all the time.
Yeah, it was really annoying at first.
And then they've moved it into the about. Like, I was trying to contact you, I couldn't find the inbox feature. I couldn't find the inbox, so it took me about 3 days to try and figure out like how do I contact Wardfire. How do I do it? So I had to ask, go over Skype and like ask her, Adventure Game Fan 8. I had to ask her, where's the inbox? Where is it?
Yeah.
It's like it's in the about. Like, didn't you know that? Like, no, I didn't know where it was. So I don't know why they moved it from like the top right, where it was the best place it could be, where I know where it was, and they've changed it. That's not the main thing. Like, have you had any trouble with like copyrights and things like that?
Yes, that's always. I mean, I have less problems because I'm with a network or whatever they call it, but yes, definitely it pops up, and you have to somehow deal with that. That would be the most annoying thing, especially. I mean, I get copyright. Copyright is good. I'm not like against copyright, but it's interesting when you get the same video copyright over again for different songs. It's like, YouTube, could you just give me 10 at the same time and be done with it?
There's so many problems with the copyright system. It's so broken on YouTube. It's been like that for years though. I did years ago. I did a couple of videos talking about like the copyright problems on YouTube. This was back in like 2009. This was years ago. I was talking about like there's still most of the problems are still in place, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like basically what people used to do before people like you started like before the format now where like a lot of the YouTubers like partners and like they make stuff for networks and stuff like that. Before then it was just mainly just bloggers and people like me. Still like I'm probably like a dying breed, probably, to be honest. Like a blogger format. People used to just upload copyrighted stuff like cartoons, like SpongeBob, things like they used to do that all the time, and that was like unchecked for several years. And like when like Viacom caught wind of it, like the owners of SpongeBob and stuff, they took YouTube to court and stuff, and like
oh my gosh.
Well, this is years ago. Well, because of all that, like YouTube has never been able, like, because it was unchecked for several years. People thought they could upload whatever they want, and because of all those people are uploading willy-nilly whatever they want, even if they didn't own the content. It's those problems from years ago that are still around to this day, and that's why we've got stuff like content ID, which doesn't work properly. It like misidentifies stuff that's wrong. Copyright that's not even copyrighted. Like, even if you make a song yourself, you can still get copyrighted by other people who think they own your copyright.
Oh my god! Yeah,
it's hideously broken. And you've really got to be careful these days with copyrights. You are afforded some protections as I say, like if you are with a network as you are. But it's still not. It's not foolproof. It's not 100% safe. But you are better protected than a standard blogger, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I always say to people, be careful what you upload on the internet because. Especially with YouTube, because like you can have like even like with a minor misdemeanor, it depends on like what the content is and where it's from. Like I tend most of the time, thankfully, I copyright. They just put whatever, just put ads on it, whatever. I don't care. That's fine. But sometimes you like on my other my CRT microwave channel, my collab channel. I know it's copyrighted, but basically I'd only upload stuff that's been already on the internet for like a couple of years or something, or just put an ad on it or whatever. But I tried to put something on there, and basically it got blocked worldwide. I didn't think I'd have any problem with it because it was an old VHS transfer tape. I want to do like a crappy commentary over, and they blocked it worldwide, and that my channel's now got a strike until the end of November. I think it is. So if and the rule is if I upload another video within that time frame that's blocked worldwide again, I can lose the whole channel. So you've really got to be careful with stuff like that. With video game companies, probably best thing to do is just check what their copyright policy is. It varies, to be honest. Like with Nintendo, they've got they'll let you upload it, but they'll monetize. They'll take all the monetizing revenue off you. They'll just take it off you. Like that's theirs now. With Konami, same again. They'll take your stuff. They'll take all your ad revenue, which I don't think is which is a bit unfair, to be honest, because there's always the argument of fair use, and like how can you monetize reviews and stuff like that when you're critiquing something, and like there's all sorts. It's not properly regulated, and it's a hideously broken system. I'm just trying to think now. What other companies? It's just like, but for the smaller companies like Wadjet and stuff, like they make Blackwell and stuff. Like they tend to be pretty cool stuff like that, because they like the free advertising, and because like people doing Let's Plays. Oh, I like this game. I'll get it myself. And so free advertising. So you tend to be okay with the smaller studios. They tend to be free and easy about it. Yeah, you can monetize it, no problem. That's your video. But the bigger ones, they tend to be, because they want a slice of the action too, the slice of the pie. They're not doing it properly. They just take the money off the YouTube and like. Ugh. That's why a lot of people have stopped doing Nintendo games now, I think, because Nintendo are being like, well, I'm not going to cover your games anymore then if you're going to be like that. So that's it, really. But that's just copyright, and there's a whole that's before you go into like I don't know. Well, some people get harassment and stuff, but I don't think I've ever had a ridiculously bad incident like that. Have you had anything on your channel like that?
No, before I started the channel, I was like, okay, I know that there are, mean people on the internet, so I think I will be able to handle it. And then but like, I've never had like anything, like any bad comments or anything, and like recently, maybe yes, because, the bigger your channel are, the more people see it, and you're gonna get like people who just make these weird comments like you suck. But honestly, when I got my first one, I just laughed at it. I was just like, why are you're angry at me for wasting your own time? Yes, why like you're just giving me your energy and time in writing this comment. Like, if you don't like my video, don't watch it. That's the worst thing that could happen to my channel, is if you don't watch it. Your comment, in a way, it doesn't matter, because you're still giving me the view. Like, literally just don't watch it if you don't like it. I'm not forcing you to watch anything. By all means, go watch better stuff. Like, there's better stuff on YouTube. Please watch that if you don't like my stuff. Like,
yes, that's I think a lot of people don't understand that. you try and rationalise that to some. I don't know. I think I was having an argument with somebody like on one of my Let's Plays, I think a while ago on Twitter it was. Basically, he said he didn't like my Let's Plays. I said, okay, then why unsubscribe then? Then like, that's what my channel's about. Like, don't dictate what I can or cannot make on my own channel. You've got your own channel, make your own stuff. And like, I got into an old argument about it. I ended up like muting him and stuff, because I just like, ugh, he's wasting my time with this.
Yeah.
It's like with television, isn't it? Like, if there's something terrible on television, you change the channel, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
If there's something on that you don't like, there's the remote. Press the button. There's like loads of channels. watch something you recorded. Watch a DVD or something. I don't really understand. It's just like the entitlement that really gets me, to be honest. It really irritates me. Like, all this free content, you're not being charged a penny for any of this.
So people are like, oh, but you should do this, and it's like,
but you should do this for free, and like, Jesus, like, people don't. The amount of work that sometimes goes into videos and stuff as well, which really irritates me as well.
Yep.
I'm not saying that like everything we make is a masterpiece. We make mistakes, and we
absolutely not. But I mean,
but,
if you're watching it for free, then why are you complaining?
It's you haven't like if they've charged you, then you might have like a bit more argument leeway and stuff like that. But I think that's the trouble with free entertainment, isn't it? These days, like people think they can get everything for free these days. Like they don't understand like time and effort has to go into these things, regardless whether it turns out good or bad. Obviously, like the amount of time that it takes to write a script, do a voiceover, record a podcast, put it all together, do the editing, things like that. These things take time, and some people just don't understand that. And just say, oh, where's the so and so video? I'm still editing it. Well, you did one yesterday. Like, well, because I finished it and stuff. And they're like, oh, jeez. So I still don't know what probably the best strategy is. Like, stay off Tumblr. That's a good one. Stay off 4chan. Stay off all the message. Stay off all the message boards.
Stay off 4chan.
Well, not just 4chan. It's just a lot of the message boards tend to be pretty crazy. I don't know whether you've seen any video like the videos on them. It's pretty crazy. Like just scanning through all these these fandom message boards and stuff for all sorts of things. They're out of their minds. A lot of these individuals. I just don't understand it. So that's probably good advice. I don't know. Probably if you see a comment that you don't like, probably just don't reply to it at all, and just maybe I don't know. It depends on like your situation and stuff. Like it's difficult to be, I suppose, outspoken on something without people taking notice, and like I don't know. It's quite dangerous, to be honest.
Yep.
Like I tend to stray away from like the opinion pieces so much because like. People because like social media and stuff, like things can spread, and like if you say the wrong thing, be it for good intentions or bad, you people like can get a grudge against you. And I've seen people like screenshots of Twitter getting weaponized against you and stuff like that. It's pretty terrifying actually.
Yep.
What some people go through, I'm not prepared to go through that, to be honest. I think I'm happy being obscure, to be honest.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm happy with my 300 subscribers, so I'm happy where I am. I don't want to deal with the aggro. I'm happy with like the really quiet fan base that I've acquired. So have you.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
So it depends on people. It depends on like your background and like what sort of videos you're making and stuff like that. Ooh.
Yes, of course.
But I'm just saying it's like it really is like the Wild West, isn't it? The internet, I think, can be. So. Exercise caution. I think that's the best advice.
You gotta find the good parts of it.
Yeah, like do your own thing and try and get by without being noticed with it by the nutcases out there. Any other problems you can think of like when uploading videos apart from like YouTube itself? Any other issues you tend to come across?
Not really. My process is pretty smooth at this point.
No hiccups. That's good. That's good to hear. Copyright. That's the main. Yes, copyright tends to be the main thing, and watch out for comments. But to be fair, a lot of people that watch my stuff and your stuff as well, I think, tend to be like. Do you get a lot of feedback from your viewers and stuff, like asking you like what to see next and stuff like that?
Well, I do get, nowadays, so to speak, I get comments on, like, all my videos. You definitely recognize, people who comment a lot.
Yeah.
Or, like, because, it's very much a subgroup of all the people watching who
very
who
niche
comments,
thing, yeah.
Of course. But yeah, no, it's a lot of feedback. I mean, I get, like, 99.5% super positive feedback. Lovely and like respectful, polite. It's amazing, really.
I think it's just the point and click adventure game crowd. I think they tend to be pretty relaxed.
Yeah, it feels like a pretty relaxed crowd, and also there are people who like accept if you don't like a game that they like, or vice versa. Like you can have like a discussion, just like, okay, you like this game and I don't because this and this reason. Okay, agree to disagree, move on with life.
If the whole internet was like that, wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking suck!
but yeah, I do get suggestions, not that often, but it's I mean it's nice because I mean I don't know every single game in the entire world, so
No. Well, I think that you can, to be honest. Really, I think
no.
you spread yourself too thin if you're trying to do too many things.
But I mean I only play stuff I like, but I mean I do look at the games that are suggested. It's interesting when people are like, I guess the same thing. They're like, oh, could you look at this, play this, it would be cool. Like, I think you'd like it. And it's like, okay, sure. Like, I look at it. Thanks for your suggestion. And then they're like, okay, when are you playing it? It's like, I didn't promise to play it. Would you please chill?
Yes, I suppose you can get some that are over-eager, I suppose, occasionally, which is good. You want people to interact with you and stuff.
No, absolutely.
It can be pretty creepy, though, sometimes, I suppose. Like do this.
Yeah, there are obviously also very interesting comments in between all of those.
Like, with the one I'm doing right now, like my the Wowler thing, like where I just basically, me and my friends just like watch some stuff on the internet and like for 20 minutes and like just do a commentary over.
Yeah.
Like, do you get a couple of people on Twitter like say, no, well, that was a good episode. Can you do that thing next? Like, I've only just released that one. It took me 2.5 hours to edit it, 3 hours to get it all together, and then a further 2 hours to get it recorded, and then another hour because we wasted time like watching other stuff in the meantime. And oh man.
Yeah.
Like making now you should do this one. I was like, steady on a bit, But yeah, it's great when people like really enjoy your stuff and they keep wanting more and more.
Absolutely.
That's all we can ask for, really.
Absolutely.
It's just like it's knowing when to take feedback and when to like go with your gut instinct, I suppose, because I suppose you do sometimes get suggestions.
No, absolutely.
That like maybe you think you've considered, but maybe you don't want to do. Like I do get some stuff like that. Like maybe you should do that, but like I don't know, maybe for various reasons, Do you ever get stuff like that? Ever comments?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do get. I always find it interesting when people are like, "Oh, you can play this game," and I'm like, "Yeah, I do own it. I've thought about it. I rejected it, but
yeah.
Nice to know that people like the game."
What are your criteria like for choosing a game, like to do content on?
Well, I've got to be interested in playing the game myself. I'm not gonna play something that I don't like just because I've been asked to play it.
Right. Yeah.
So there are some developers, or these like Hoppa developers, because that's what I mostly do. But there's some Hoppa developers which I know that they make, like, the games they make are good quality. Like they're good games, good quality. Everything works. Like, a lot of people like them. They're one of the big everything's like right with their games. But I just don't enjoy playing them. I don't know what it is. I just don't get into them. I just don't feel them. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna play them. I don't care how good they are. I'm not gonna play them because I don't enjoy myself.
They're not your cup of tea.
No, and like it's gonna show directly if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing.
I think that's the main criteria thing, really. Like, if you don't enjoy that particular game, then like you are probably going to struggle doing content on it, because you have to push yourself through it. It depends on the game, really. It's for me. I think for me, like, of course, you got to enjoy the game, of course, but I think mainly I tend to try and do stuff that maybe not many people have done before, which is quite difficult on YouTube because pretty much everything's been covered at least once or twice, several times over. Especially Minecraft. Like, people keep asking me to do Minecraft. I'm not doing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like that ship has sailed, and like people have already like cornered that market anyway. Like, you got like stuff like
that's a big sub.
Diamond Minecraft, Diamond Minecart, and what was the other one? Honeydew, is it? I can't remember the big YouTubers that do Minecraft. They're, you can't escape them. Don't get me wrong, people like children like them and stuff. That's fine. That's their market. But like Minecraft, it's been done to death. I think maybe cover other games. Maybe that's not just Minecraft. That's just an example, of course. But like I don't like. I like Minecraft. I've got the game myself. But I've played it to death, and I don't think I've got anything I can bring new to the table.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I can build a decent house. That's about it. I don't understand how redstone works still, and like how to make circuits and stuff. People can make crazy stuff. Like people can make like computers within the damn game, which is insane to me. Like they can make like logic gates and stuff. Like, I think if people can do that, I'm out of my league. I think, to be honest. The best I can do is like a really half decent hardcore mode where I die 5 minutes into the video and that's job done, and then that's it. So there's lots of criteria to consider when making let's play, like, you know, especially let's plays, and like what sort of games that you wish to cover. What about length? A length of a game? Do you mind doing huge video games, or do you tend to pick the shorter ones?
No, I can have longer games. I mean, Hoppa games are pretty short. Like, they're the good thing about those is that if you played a couple of them, you know how long they are. They don't vary that much. So you know how long they are. You know about, like, kind of, you know how to play them. Like, even
what
if
the mechanics tend to be shared between them and stuff.
Yeah. So that's nice, and that's that is my main focus. And it's nice with the shorter games because definitely quality over quantity. And I mean, I get to change game a lot, so to speak, but I've played longer games. It's just more that if I enjoy the game, and also I prefer playing games that have an ending, like that has a plot.
Yeah.
And there's an ending to it, like people like, oh, play Sims, and I'm like, okay, first of all, there's a huge Sims market already with people doing crazy
exactly.
stuff. So no, it's like Minecraft. And I was also like, okay, why would you watch me play Sims? Like, where do I stop? Like, and also the way I play Sims, because I play Sims, but the way I play Sims personally is not that exciting. It's very linear and very boring. I get bored myself after like 8 hours. So like,
well, yeah, 8 hours is quite lengthy for any session, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I totally agree what you mean. Exactly. It's just like if you were to make a video like on The Sims, as you just said, like, it's just you're adding to the already huge pile of stuff you can watch already, which is already far more interesting than what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't played Sims in years. I tried to get back into it, but like I think, you know, I played the original Sims 1 to death. I've gotten like so tired of the format. It's just like I couldn't play another Sims game.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with The Sims, to be honest. I'm glad there's still a market for it and people still enjoy it, but like I think my time with it has passed. I think same with Pokemon. I think you used to play that years ago, back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I used to play that to death on the Game Boy.
I play it still. It's the
you
best
still play
thing.
it?
I mean, I wouldn't record it, but yes, I definitely still play it.
I can't get back into it. You see, it's one of those games where I really loved Pokemon Red on the original Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Color with it. It was brilliant.
Oh
system.
yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic. I played it to death. I played it for several years. I think I must have like done the Elite Four about 5 or 6 times constantly. I deleted my save, did it again, deleted my save, did it again. I did it that many times, and it got to the point where I got gold. It was another brilliant game, and then I completed it. And then gold was fantastic. And then the Game Boy Advance one started coming out. So I thought, like, I was thinking, nothing's really changed, and I couldn't get back into it again. It's just like sort of like my time with it had sort of elapsed, and like I sort of envy people that still can get into it, because it's one of my all-time personal favourite games. It's just like I have got one of the newer ones on 3DS. I think it was X or something. Pokemon X. On a 3DS, and it's a good game, but it felt kind of the same to me. I felt like I was doing the same thing again. Nothing really had changed.
Come on, you can walk diagonally.
No, so what? big whoop.
Yes, that is the big.
You can
whoop.
You can walk on all the 8 compass points now. Woohoo!
Yes.
It's just like, I envy that. That's not enough. What they should do, I've always said this, they should do the Pokemon Game Boy games on the console. They should do a full, not like Pokemon Stadium or something like that. They should do a full proper Pokemon RPG on the console. Do it properly. all of the Pokemon in it. Do it. I don't care about the excuses you can give me, Nintendo. That's a license to print money, and I will buy it. But until then, you know, that's what they should do. They're just not listening to me, Nintendo. They just don't. They keep ignoring my emails.
Well, I mean,
and my
they can't
angry
monetize.
tweets.
They can't monetize your video, so.
No, I can't. So like, they just take my money and just like ignore me at the same time. So it's which is worse. They don't even care. They just monitor. Oh yeah, you've done a Donkey Kong Country Let's Play. Have you? Oh, I'm going to monetize that because that's our property. Oh, I did that 3 years ago. Don't care. It's ours. Don't care. They're going to monetize it anyway. So that's my beef with Nintendo. I just can't fathom half of their business decisions. I can't understand what they're doing half the time. I love Smash Brothers though. I love Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers 4 is amazing. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Where was I? Pokemon. Yeah. I just can't get back into those sort of games anymore. It's just like I wish I could, but I just can't now. It's just like after a couple of hours, I just want to do something else now. It's just like that. Like it's a kiddie game, says me. Says me, who still watches cartoons and stuff in his mid-20s. So that's the irony and the hypocrisy of me. I'm like people, my friends know that. I take the piss out of them, but they take the piss out of me for the same thing. But there you go. But anyway, trying to think. Do you just mainly specialise in Let's Plays, or do you intend to like do other things at some point, or do you tend to experiment all the time when making videos?
No, I'm pretty happy with Let's Plays. I mean, I think I have like 2 cat videos on my cat somewhere on my channel, but otherwise
there's always got to be a cat video. Yeah, it's the internet.
But yeah, no, it's a Let's Plays. I guess I do. I have made like I do make every year for the channel's birthday. I make like a video. I mean, it's a game in the background, but I basically talk about like the year that's gone on the channel. Mm-hmm. And about the channel. So that's technically not a Let's Play, but it's still like game related.
Yeah. I just wish I was that organised. I tend to like do a Let's Play, and half the time I tend to like not finish it. That's my. I've done that a lot with some of my Let's Plays.
I'm told I'm organised.
I'm not organised. I'm horrendous with that sort of thing. Trying to complete a Let's Play. I don't know. That's why I don't tend to like do so much videos on my own anymore. Like it's just like if you're undisciplined like me, you got to commit to it, and you got to try and see it to the end if you can. That's the best thing. There's nothing worse than an incomplete Let's Play. Like I did Theme Hospital, got halfway through, and then I stopped for whatever reason. I can't remember why I stopped. I think something came up and like some other commitments, and I just couldn't finish it. And several months passed, and I deleted it, and then I ended up doing it again with Adventure Game Fan 8. So, but we've gotten a lot further, and I've actually gotten to like level 8 or 9 or something. So we're nearly finished with that. That's the furthest I've ever gone in Theme Hospital. So that's pretty damn cool, actually. I think I must say.
Yeah.
Well, the Let's Play, like a lot of my Let's Plays, like a lot of the incomplete ones, even I've still got them, but it's like, I just can't bear to look at them because like it's just like, look at all the work that I never finished. It's like the graveyard of my old videos. Like you can't do anything with them because they're incomplete. So you can use them for like background footage. That's about it. But that's it. But then again, you can always like download other people's footage if you just want like filler, like stuff running in the background. Yeah. But I'm still trying to I'm trying to think now. What sort of like backgrounds am I going to put on this podcast? I'm not going to do static text. I might just do some video footage or something in the background so people can watch them. And I don't even know if my podcast feed still works. It's been that long. I've got like so people can download like the MP3 and stuff, but I don't even know if people download the MP3 these days. Like everyone's got smartphones these days. Yeah. I just watch it on YouTube and do it that way. So it's probably just best just to put it on there, which I'm going to do. But but that's another story about like one of my like a lot of my failed projects. Do you have like video? Have you ever like started a project and like not for whatever reason not finish it, or have you actually finished everything that you've done?
Everything on my channel except there's one game that's not finished because
Excluding stuff you're doing at the moment anyway, that you've yet to finish, but I mean like stuff that like you've left for months on end and
I've left that game entirely. I'm never gonna finish it because it kept. I don't know. I managed to click something in the wrong order, and therefore I can't progress. And
that's not your fault.
I wasn't that interested in the game, so I'm like, I'm not gonna replay this. I don't care. Sorry.
This game is broken. I've broken a puzzle.
Yeah, it's up, but yeah, it's broken. But otherwise, I've always like. That's one of the things I like with recording, because if I don't record, I never finish games. I don't have the patience to finish. As soon as there's especially as soon as it's a fight, which takes any kind of strategy or is hard or anything resembling a boss, I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. Boss fights, no.
Yeah, that's the
But trouble. If I'm recording, I'm like, I have to do it. It doesn't matter if I have to do it 20 times over. I have to do it. I mean, I will check a walkthrough eventually for strategy and stuff, but I'm like, I have to do it because I'm recording.
Because like I've committed to it now. There's no turning back.
Yeah.
Yes. It depends on what channel that you've got. Like with my sort of channel, I tend to like experiment. Like I've written a lot of scripts. Like a lot of them are unfinished, and a lot of them are like just oh man. I struggle with writing. I like not just making videos, but trying to like write a script for voiceover and then like do the editing later. I've got so many scripts in my folder that just remain unfinished for whatever reason, or mothballed because I just like can't bear to finish them for whatever reason. Like. Sometimes it can take me about sometimes I can write something for like 20 minutes and do a really good job, and then come back to it the next day and like spend about 3 hours write a single sentence.
Yeah.
It's just like oh man, and I keep because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't like. Well, that's a bit of a long shot, really, but like I think I'm a perfectionist because I spend so much time like writing things and trying to edit things and like half the time, because like I keep changing stuff and rearranging the order of sentences, I never get them done. That's why a lot of my videos, like people keep asking me like, where's Clueless Attacker? Where's the next Clueless Attacker? Like that's the anime series I'm still trying to do.
Yeah.
Trying to do. I've done 3 episodes, but I'm struggling with episode 4. I'm still on the script stage. That's been about 6 months ago. I still haven't finished it. So yeah, like I'm very undisciplined when it comes to stuff like that. So, but that's the worst thing you can be, like when making YouTube videos, like be undisciplined and stuff. Like once you commit to something, especially like a lengthy Let's Play, try and see it to the end if you can.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than like an unfinished Let's Play. Like, where's like part 7 of your Let's Plays? Like, oh, I abandoned that 6 months ago. Sorry. And you've basically wasted about 6 hours of their time. So you wasted 6 hours of my time. You're not going to finish this Let's Play. Sorry. No, I'm not. Like, I didn't think it was going to be popular, so I've just mothballed it. It's probably the best thing just to delete it and start again. That's so people can't watch them anymore. It's just oh man.
Yeah.
The amount of dead projects on my my backup. Do you keep everything that you make on your hard drive, or do you like delete them once you've uploaded?
No,
them?
I move everything to an external hard drive, but I have every single video
policy.
I have ever made for YouTube left.
That's the best thing to do. Like keep master copies of everything.
Yeah.
So if you do come to like I don't know, I suppose remaster something, I suppose with higher quality, then if you've got the original video files, and you can do that. That's the hard lesson I've learnt years ago.
Yeah.
Like some of my older videos, I no longer have the original video clips. That I've got the compressed versions, but I don't have the originals anymore. So like a lot of them, I just can't do anything with anymore, unfortunately. So. It's sort of like, even though they're terrible videos, you still might want to go back to them several years later, and laugh at them and show them to your friends and show how terrible they are.
Yep.
Because that's always a good thing to do. But I can't do that now, unfortunately, with some of my video clips. But that's several years ago. But I've learnt my lesson now. I'll keep everything that I make now, even every single version of something I make. I keep on my external hard drive, and I've gone through so many DVD discs. It's unbelievable. I've got like a huge folder of them. Everything I've made, burnt them all to DVD. It takes several hours to burn them to all to DVD. Do you just use external hard drives, or do you burn to disk as well?
No, I just have external hard drives.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing, actually. It's more expensive doing it like this as well, actually, like buying all the discs all the time. I've shown people, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier having them on when YouTube comes and copyrights like super old videos, to dig them out of the external hard drives, slap on some music on top of that music, and put them up again.
Yeah. Just change the audio, like I'll just make a crop here, and like I'll mirror the video, and like I'll get past.
Yeah, and one of my Let's Plays, actually, like a long time after I put it up, someone was suddenly like, in a very angry tone, like, "Oh, you made it through. Well, fun for you, but where's the part where you actually made it through this door or whatever?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, I've actually missed uploading an entire episode here. Oh, good thing I have all my videos left, so I can do that now."
Oh, you uploaded something out of order. Oh, shame on you.
Yeah.
I think I've nearly done that with my Theme Hospital Let's Play. Like I keep forgetting, because like we record them in like huge, like 2 or 3 hour segments. And then like in the editing software, I cut them up into clips, like half-an-hour clips. So basically, it would say part 6, for example, on like my hard drive, but actually part 6 is like 7, 8, 9, and 10 and stuff like that. So yeah. It's quite confusing. So like I very often have to like check back the video file that I've recently exported just to make sure I've got the right one.
Yeah.
And especially since it takes about like maybe 3 hours to upload it, you got to find like a gap in the internet when no one's like playing Xbox Live or something. Yeah. And then you got to upload it, because if you upload while they're playing a game, they'll complain at you. Like, oh, like why is my game laggy? I'm trying to upload a video. Well, get off it. I'm playing Battlefield or something. That's why I try and be considerate when using the internet. Like if there's a gap, I'll try and upload it. When do you tend to upload videos, at night, or have you got free and easy internet?
Well, it seems that Swedish internet is pretty good overall, so I just upload whenever I have the videos or have time, and it doesn't. No one ever comes by and complain.
Well, like I think we've actually got the bandwidth for it, but because like if you play on, like my brother plays Xbox Live a lot, like if I upload it, it sort of like affects his game a little bit. Not too badly like it used to, but I've now just got into the habit of like when I try and upload when he's at university, like when I'm at home, I upload a couple of videos if I can while there's a gap in the internet, and then. So like basically the video file's out the way. It's just more difficult when the file's enormous, which is like with some more Let's Plays. But that's why I tend to render in MP4. It tends to be a really good format. It's generally pretty small, even at good high quality settings. Is there any particular genre of adventure game that you really enjoy? Is it horror games or something like that, or do you?
I'm not good with horror games. I like watching other people. I can watch other people play horror games, but I'm not a fan of playing horror games myself. I'm easily scared by that.
Amnesia to me, I think it was. Still haven't played that. I need to get that, to be honest. It's one of those games that's, I don't know. I like horror games. I'm not very good at them. I just like it's the sort of subgenre of games I haven't really tried upon. Really, I tend to prefer more action-oriented adventure games. I still think. What is your let's go with this. Like, what is your favourite point-and-click adventure game, or a game that you like to play? That's one of your all-time personal favourites.
Too hard a question. I can't choose favourites.
You can't. Any suggestions then? Like, you can have a wider remit.
Oh my god, I don't know what did I play lately?
Any point and click games that you play that you think really stand out to you, then you think, oh, they're really really good to play? Or is it like, I've got you're thinking of 15 or 20 coming all at once?
I don't know. In a way, they all sort of blend together. But I know that I played Perils of Man recently, which was a lot of fun to play. That's basically all I can say.
For points in the terms of point and click genre, I still think Fate of Atlantis is probably my all-time personal favourite point and click game. what was the very first collaboration Let's Play that you did? Did you actually did actually someone ask you to do a Let's Play with them, or did you ask them to do a Let's Play with you? Or how
No. No, I was asked. It was, I don't know, your Gibbs wanted to try playing with me. We actually played, us and another guy who also has a YouTube channel, but he hasn't posted for a long time. But, it's called Dissinmus, I think. We played, like 2 or 3 episodes we made of the Star Wars MMO, The Old Republic.
Yeah.
And then after that, I played some Hoppa games with your Gibbs.
Nice. I'm trying to think now. I think I asked to do a collaborate. Adventure Game Fan 8, exactly. I keep too many syllables in that now. AGF8, Agfate. That's what, like in the Let's Plays, I say Agfate is like James and Agfate play because it's like easy to say. But I approached her to do the podcast thing with her, and I think that was literally the first time she did like anything spoken. So which is interesting. I thought she previously did spoken stuff beforehand, like Let's Plays and stuff, but I was mistaken. She was mainly just doing
she does walkthroughs.
Walkthroughs of Let's Play, walkthroughs rather than Let's Plays. So basically, just like play through the game and like no commentary, and just like let all the characters do the dialogue. And that was the first time she actually spoken to anybody on the YouTube, and like I was surprised about that actually, and I'm glad actually because after that it's sort of like encouraged her to do other collaborations with other people and stuff. So did you ask her to do one with you after the podcast? Or I can't remember the chronological order.
She at some point wrote a comment on my channel or a video or something like that, like, oh, we could do a collab sometime if you want to, but she was like, oh, I wanna get better at it first before I do it with you, and I'm like, okay, not like I'm the master of Let's Plays, but sure. But no, that was her, and I was like, oh my god, because I'm like, oh, she has such a big channel, and I don't know. Like,
she does. She does. Like, it's a couple of thousand at least, anyway.
Yeah, I was kind of saying with your Gibbs. I'm like, oh my god, these people are speaking to me. Like, I'm a nobody. They want to do things with me. Like, sort of fangirl reaction.
It's like, oh yeah, awesome. It's like I think you tend to find a lot of the people with like similar tastes tend to like hang out more on the internet. Like, you tend to find like one channel's like linked with another channel, and that channel's linked with another channel. Like, you get like little circles. Like little groups of like people who tend to do collaborations with each other. It's the same with my channel as well. Like with I used to make like stupid videos years and years ago, and a lot of the people that I collaborated with years ago I still talk to on Skype and stuff like that. It's just like you create friendships and stuff and like do collaborations all the time and stuff. It's a lot more fun to work with other people, I think. And like that was sort of like a gamble, really, like because like I was sort of like punching above my own weight, because when I asked her to do it, the podcast, it was excuse me, my channel. It's still tiny, but like it was even smaller back then. When I asked her to do it, it was just like on the off chance, like, would you like to do a podcast? I didn't expect her to even reply to it back, really, because like I don't know, I sort of feel like a little minnow asking like a much bigger channel like for some of their time just to like talk to me, like as I say, like a nobody, just to do a collaboration with, and she was a delight to talk to, and she still is, and like she still talk to her from now and then. Of course, like we do Let's Plays, of course, together now, obviously, but it's just like it's like sort of friendships can like blossom out of like nothing, really. And, like I do advise people like try and like talk to people, like, because most people like will reply back to you and say, yeah, sure, I'll do a collaboration with you, like, do you want to do a podcast or stuff? So I suppose like this podcast is like to, I suppose, break the ice with people, and like once like you've talking to people, like, because like, you get on well with other people, like, oh, would you like to do like a Let's Play, or would you like to do like help me out with a video project or something, and like that's how things get started, which is really awesome. So it's just, I always advise people, like, if people like reach out to you, like, try and communicate with them, because you never know, like, you might end up like having a lot more fun, like doing collaborations with other people. That's the most fun I ever still have on the internet. Like, not so much working on my own in solitary conditions, but mainly with other people, conversing with them, not helping other people with their projects, even if it's just like a small voiceover or something. And like, it's a lot more fun, and like, you've contributed to something, and like a community, if that makes sense. Like, and it's really great to see. It's just like a lot, and that's why you get like really cool let's plays with other people. Like you never know, like, you might be ended up being the springboard, like, for other greater things. I'm not saying I don't know whether that particular podcast was the reason why she started. Was the reason why she started doing collaborations with other people. But maybe I don't know whether she would have done that if I had not asked her to come on the podcast. I'm not entirely sure. Like, for a few thousand subscribers, I'd have thought like you'd be doing like voiceovers regularly, but I was wrong about that one. So that was interesting. It was interesting. Are you doing any more collaborations with other people, or are you just like, you happy with like the group that you've got, or?
No, I'm pretty happy with the people I got. I mean, it's fun to do collabs, but it takes a lot of planning and time.
Yeah.
And some people are easier than others more organized than others, so it's more or less easy to collaborate with them.
Yes.
But no, it definitely takes time, and I mean, it also depends on, because YouTubers have a life outside of YouTube.
Yes.
Fascinatingly enough, and
well, I don't.
Life takes a lot of. Some YouTubers have a life outside of YouTube,
yes,
and that also takes time. So, I mean, it's easier to be able to plan, my own time, and try to have time to do my own videos every week.
Yes. It's planning. It's like time zones can really factor into it. But anyway, I think that's everything. If we want to leave it at that, I think we've got a good podcast out of that, apart from the barks.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. And thank you so much for talking to me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Apart from the interruptions, of course, I'll try and cut those out as best as I can. Thank you for talking to me. I don't know who's going to be my next guest. As I say, I have no idea on that front. See if I can ask anybody else who's interested and wants to come on to the show. We'll try and get them on. As I say, do check out Wardfire's channel. It is, of course, just search for Wardfire, and it's pretty easy to show up. And you know how to use a search engine, don't you? Yes, that's it then.
Yeah.
You know how to spell, don't you? Yeah, that's good. Just search for that, Wardfire, and off you go. And click the subscribe button as well while you're at it, if you're into your adventure games and point and clicks and whatnot. And of course, this is my channel. You're already here, so you're probably already subscribed anyway. And my other channel, if you want to check out my other stuff, CRT Microwave channel. If you want to check out some other stupid nonsense, then feel free to do so. But yes, thank you for speaking to me. We'll see you guys next time.